true innovation happens by disrupting the current environment. Innovation can be fueled by a number of sources, such as a process needing to be made more efficient, or the need to keep up with demographic or industry changes. No matter the source, at the core of the innovation lies a driving question. Throughout this presentation, I will explore 3 innovations and the driving questions that led to their development: the Stelvin screw cap, Nespresso coffee machines, and Kahoot. The Stelvin screw cap is a metal closure designed specifically for wine. It was created to minimize faults in wine such as oxidation and cork taint. In 1889, a UK man by the name of Dan Reynolds patented the screw cap. At that time, it was used primarily for whiskey. It was largely unsuccessful, with the cap degrading due to being directly exposed to alcohol. In 1926, White Horse Distillers introduced a better version of the screw cap, which resulted in their sales being doubled. Le Bouchage Mécanique, a French company in Burgundy, was commissioned in 1964 by Australia's own Yalumba Winery. The goal was to develop the ideal closure for wine. By 1969, the seal, then known as the Stel cap, was ready for testing. The wines closed with the Stel cap were deemed equally preserved to ones under a cork closure, with the added convenience of storage and opening. The name Stelvin was finally patented in 1976 by Le Bouchage Mécanique. In 1977, Australia turned to the Stelvin closure for commercial bottling, with New Zealand following suit. Unfortunately, due to the comfort of tradition, the market was simply not ready for such a big change. By 1984, consumer resistance forced many wine producers to turn back to the cork. This was largely due to producers using their lower-level wines as their first wine sealed with a screw cap, which caused the market to associate the screw cap with low-quality wines. In the 1990s, wine producers that had stayed loyal to the screw cap began sealing premium wines with the Stelvin closure. The quality of the seal was also more eagerly communicated. This resulted in a much better consumer reception. Today, the Stelvin brand has become nearly synonymous with the wine screw cap, although other brands do exist. The story of the unsuccessful launch and the subsequent revival of the Stelvin screw cap demonstrates how the technical superiority of a product alone does not warrant market acceptance. The communication of a product's advantages according to the market's perceptions is imperative to the management of innovation. Nespresso is a brand that created a range of coffee machines that work with single-use pods or capsules. The simple yet innovative question that began this company's story was, how can barista-style coffee be made easily accessible in the home? In 1986, the sub-brand Nespresso SA was founded and created a portioned coffee system. It began with only 4 varieties of coffee. In 1989, the Nespresso Club was introduced, providing exclusive services to its customers. 1993 marks the opening of a second production line at the Nestlé factory, doubling the production of capsules. In 1996, Nespresso launched its first website, offering 24-hour access to ordering. A refined version of the company's logo was introduced in 2000, solidifying Nespresso's corporate identity. In 2007, Nespresso's flagship boutique was opened in Paris. The idea behind the boutique was to create a customer service experience rather than simply a sales outlet. This is where the company truly showed its influence in the coffee market. City Z, the first complete range of Nespresso machines, was launched in 2009. In 2015, the first Nespresso Cafe was opened, and George Clooney became the global brand ambassador.
The Nespresso Cafe is the latest in our pipeline of retail and service innovations. It is a true embodiment of our brand. Not only can consumers indulge in the Nespresso experience, they will also be able to purchase our Grand Cru coffees throughout our automated boutique, the Nespresso Cube.
The automated boutique holds 25,000 capsules, using robotic arms to prepare the order while the customer observes. The brand has revolutionized at-home coffee machines as well as the customer service experience, and has played a major role in shaping today's coffee culture. Kahoot is a game-based educational technology system in the form of an app that can be used by a range of corporate and educational institutions. Rather than attempting to keep students off their phones during class time, Kahoot leverages computer and phone technology to enhance the learning experience. The driving question: how can technology be leveraged in the classroom through gameplay? Kahoot began in 2006 as the idea of Professor Wang at the Department for Computer Science at the Norwegian University of Science and Technology. The prototype was called LectureQuiz 1.0 and was accessible on a web browser. Between 2006 and 2011, the prototype was adjusted multiple times to improve on usability and newer technology. In 2013, LectureQuiz became Kahoot and was launched to the public. By 2017, Kahoot had seen 1 billion cumulative users. Kahoot is an effective tool for formative assessment, allowing for students to receive feedback in the form of a correct or incorrect answer in real time. Although the three innovations discussed were vastly different in nature, they each represent an important part of the innovation process. Ideas prompted by curiosity are often trial and error in nature and are an important reservoir for innovating the future. This is demonstrated in the history of the screw cap, not only in its development, but in its eventual success within the consumer market. Creativity can be described as incremental growth that adapts and adjusts what has gone before, taking a product or idea that already exists and expanding its scope. Nespresso demonstrates this by continually reinventing systems such as the coffee machine and experiences such as the retail experience. Action is arguably the most important stage of the innovation process. It is a step of turning an idea into a reality. Even if it fails, it allows for the opportunity to adapt and move forward. With a technological innovation such as Kahoot, the continued action of creating prototypes and continually adapting to newer technology was imperative to the process. Put simply, to me, innovation is the driving question, expanding scope, and realization.